Worlds, coach updates, and some hockey players overseas. Let's talk about it.
It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad shot. Penguins win it!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.
Hello and welcome to the Penguins Collective Podcast. My name is Louie.
My name is Josh.
And we usually go live after every single Penguins game. But today, we're talking about how United States are back on top of the hockey world. Suck it, Canada, as you guys get defeated by the Princess Diaries country, Czechia, or Wachovia, or Slovakia, who doesn't matter. You guys get eliminated, and then the real hockey country goes on to beat Denmark,
Finland. Finland.
Sweden, and then Switzerland in overtime. All right? So we stole all their watches and chocolate as we go in there and we score in overtime and say, suck it. USA's back on top. We won
Tage
Worlds.
Thompson, golden goal.
Tage Thompson. Hey, say what you will about the Buffalo Sabres. That guy could score. But he just can't score in the NHL regular season, I guess. But he can score against Switzerland.
Shots.
Yeah.
Shots against Tage Thompson.
He's probably like, hey, I tried.
Yeah. I just got the
tried
golden
really
goal,
hard.
bro.
Yeah. Can I win, please? Can I win at least once in my life? But anyway, USA does win. It's a big moment for us. The reason why is because 4 nations proved that USA hockey is legit. And now this Worlds proves in a bigger scale, like an Olympic scale, it's coming down to US and Canada. Josh, what do you think about that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think you nailed it because you can kind of
The
look at
Princess
it
Diaries
as...
country? Did
Yeah,
I
that
nail it
was
with the
good.
Princess?
Yeah. Yeah. That was good. The 4 nations, like you said, was kind of the USA coming out party. Okay.
Nice.
We're here. We have talent. We can compete with Canada, essentially. Okay. That's like we kind of knew who the rankings of the 4 were before it even started. Okay. It just further proved where we stood in that ranking, and that the gap between Canada and US is closer than everyone thought. You know, the old object in your mirror closer than they appear. You know, one of those types of things.
Nice.
You know,
yeah. That's right,
and now with the Worlds actually taking gold, while our Crosby-led Canadian team is losing to Denmark in the quarters, that's not a good look. Granted, both Canada and US did not have full powers, I guess, full rosters.
Sure. Our best goalies were in
The playoffs. Yeah.
So
they were not
Hellebuck
available.
and Ottinger is still playing. So
Yep. Yeah. Could not be used.
Still
And now,
one of them,
obviously, Canada can say the same. But that I was just going to say, the difference is, even though both teams weren't at their full force, USA came out on top. That's
now
got
it
to say
was
something.
close. It wasn't overtime. I know people are like, "Oh, you guys
Okay.
barely won."
But if we're just talking USA Canada, okay?
Sure.
Canada lost in the quarters, gold medal.
Some would say, and our dear friend Armand could suck it and take it to the bank.
Shout out.
Because he's an American who roots for Team Canada, which we're in the process of kicking him out of the country. But he can now understand that USA hockey is better than Canada hockey. So not only did you guys lose in the quarterfinals, but you're also going to become our 51st state. So that's great. So congratulations, and can't wait for you guys to be on the winning side.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough antagonizing Canada and.
Well, no, I was just going to say,
something?
last thing is just that, it's kind of a sneak peek now for 2026
That's right.
because of the Olympics. The Olympics is coming, 2026. It was just announced Russia will not be there.
That's right.
But USA will. Just saying.
Josh, and that's a great point because I will say USA, where is it being held?
I don't know where the Winter Olympics are.
Is it? It's not in Italy. Where is it? Or is it in Italy?
I'll find out.
I feel like that sounds right.
You're saying Italy?
Italy. Survey says. Italia.
Milan.
Very
nice.
Beno. Okay. So, did you like that?
That was good.
Thanks. So I will say, we're going to go to Italy, and we're going to prove to the world that United States is the best hockey. Canada's going to be left in the dust once again. We have to show them up in every single aspect, wars, just overall people, and just exports, just stuff like that. Like I feel like we have to show up Canada every time and defending them in wars and stuff, It's just, it's once again, it's like a big brother coming to save the little brother from bullying. It's the same thing. It's just, once again, it's like, we're good at hockey. It's like, we'll just pick up this as a hobby and we'll just become better at it than you. But we have a football league. Yeah, we have the football league. You don't even want to get into lacrosse because now we're getting better at lacrosse. You guys soccer? Yeah, we're way better at soccer than you. Name one thing Canada's better at than the United States. Maybe Tim Hortons, but I will say the Tim Hortons in Michigan a lot better than Tim Hortons in Canada. Maybe I'll throw that out there, Josh.
Do you know that for a fact?
No, I don't. I'm just starting fights. I'm starting fights because guess what?
Yeah.
We'll win anyway. Because we get the chance. We do that now. We do that. We get to walk in and go, hey, just punch you in the face, and like, what are you gonna do about it?
Just walk out.
Just walk out. You got nothing. You got nothing on us. All right. Anyway, that's enough. Canada, you suck. United States, we're the best. See you in Italy. With our best two goaltenders in the world, by the way. Not even playing. So, as you guys well, McDavid wasn't there. Yeah, McDavid is still not scoring on the best goaltender in the world, who's also happens to be American. Welcome. Welcome to that in the future. All right, even though someone will say, Otto shirt is getting lit up right now. So it is kind of. We are a Penguins podcast. It's a tough look. It's a tough look, especially when he says it himself. He's the best goaltender in the world, and they're down in the series. Anyway, Josh, you mentioned one thing. Russia, once again, not being included in anything. Don't start wars, guys. Okay, this is what happens. Your athletes can't compete in things. So don't do that. Don't go start wars, all right? Canada, don't start wars, all right, dude? Don't do it.
We can't finish.
Yeah, we'll definitely. But I feel like for a real side note, like if anyone starts anything with America, it's just like one button and it's just like it's over. So Canada, just don't do it. Don't start nothing, right? Elbows up. How about fists in your face? How about that? Anyway, 51st state. Josh, Russia will not be competing in the Olympics. Yep. And there is a guy currently in Russia who wants to play some hockey, but can't. And he's looking to come to the United States, the greatest country in the world, to play hockey. And Josh, who is that guy? Can you tell a little bit more about this guy and how he's connected with the great old Pittsburgh Penguins.
Love the lead up. That's so good.
Thinking just
Yeah.
here you go. Tell everyone.
So there is a left wing in the KHL, 24-year-old, 5'8", 157-pound,
It's a short guy.
Maxim Shabanov. He
Nice.
his KHL contract expires May 31st, and it's rumored that he wants to take his talents to the NHL level. Kind of a Rucker McGroarty situation. Feels like he's outperforming KHL to
Nice.
Rucker college, and wants to go to the NHL. So kind of holding the KHL hostage, but not really, because he's just saying, like, I'm just not going to sign back with my KHL team. But
Sick logo.
played for the KHL.
His
you like
team.
that?
I forget
Yeah.
what it's on. It's like an M hidden in like a polar bear. Sick, dude.
Oh,
Sick.
okay.
I could be wrong, but logo is so super minimalistic. Anyway, that we're going on the wrong tangent. I like it. Continue.
This season, he finished the year with a point per game, just over a point per game on the year. And then in 21 playoff games, he finished with 20 points. So he's putting in the work. You know, KHL game and the NHL game are very different. You know, Louie reminded me that the KHL rink is larger. The NHL plays on a smaller size rink. But he is very talented. He can pass, he can score, he can like literally do everything. You know, like
Love it.
The height and weight is not a big factor for him. He doesn't let it be a factor for him. And the KHL is not a slouch league. You know, there is talent over there.
One would say it's not like Canada hockey, Josh. It's rougher.
Wow.
It's more physical. It takes skill to compete in the KHL.
That I will say. Yeah, I will say it does take skill.
Some would say.
Yeah, and he likes to, you know, go into the slot is what, you know, the reports are saying. The highlights show it's where he goes into the traffic areas. He's not afraid of it. So the connection comes to the Penguins because Dubas is saying that he wants an NHL-ready, young talent to join this team. He fits that mold. And then on top of it, we have a Russian hockey player who is near the end of his career in Evgeny Malkin.
Who'd that be?
And he needs a winger. Fit right on that second line. So the reports are out there that we're among other teams. The other main one is Vegas Golden Knights, and then other sprinklings of Islanders and the Flyers have been rumored. I think those two teams have been rumored to be joined because they just have a lot of Russians on their teams. So it's kind of what you have to do. Yeah, like, you know, we've talked about in previous episodes, Gonchar was that guy for Malkin when he came over. You know, like, brings him along, allows him to still speak in his native language, you know, but like allows him to also get acclimated to a new country, a new city, you know, a new team. Yeah. Just get comfortable with, you know, another Russian on your team. So, So like I said, his contract's going to expire at the end of May. And then from there, he can sign a 1-year entry-level contract. So that's another thing that I think fits with Dubas. Dubas loves these lottery ticket type players, you know, hit or miss. Entry-level contract isn't a huge commitment on a guy. So I think that's why we're tied in there. Give him a shot. If it works, pay him. If not, it was a failed experiment and you didn't waste a lot of resources on him. We could try again next time.
Yeah, and especially with the situation in the draft. I think it also plays a part in maybe a little more eagerness to get this guy for Kyle Dubas because we got pushed back in the draft. We're not sure if New York is going to give us their pick this season. So we may not be getting who we wanted in the draft, but that's okay. Maybe this is the perfect opportunity to then have Kyle Dubas go, you know what? Yeah, we're not going to get our guy in the draft, but Shabanov. That's right. Shabanov?
Nice. Yep, you got it.
Shabanov. He's ready to go. We have a Russian, probably, besides Ovechkin, the greatest Russian player. So would he not want to come play with maybe one of his idols? We don't know much about him. We probably should have done more research. But you got to know, like, it's like a Canadian kid going, oh, I would love to play with Sid, just because it's Sidney Crosby. I feel like maybe it's the same situation with Shabanov to Malkin. Oh, I would love to play with Malkin. I would love to play with Ovechkin. These guys, they could speak to me, like you said, native tongue, but also to help me transition into this new league. Yeah. Because that's what helped Yager get acclimated to the NHL. That's what helped Malkin get acclimated to the NHL. And maybe it's the same thing with Shabanov. So who knows? We'll see. I do like Shabanov. I do. You brought a lot of information. We were talking off the pod about like, oh no, this could happen. I thought it was just whispers in the wind. But you were like, oh, no, it's more than that. This could happen. So we were kind of breaking it down. We were looking at all that stuff. And I kind of like it. You know, if it helps the team, that's great. That's what we all want to see because we're going into an offseason that me and Josh, me and you, have said, which is it's a very important offseason for the Pittsburgh Penguins. It will determine if we're going all in. It will determine, not all in, but it will determine if we'll be competitive, right? That's what Kyle Dubas keeps on throwing out. That's the line, which is a competitive hockey team. If we're going out and getting people like Shabanov, maybe like Rossi, who's rumored to be thrown out there as a trade partner, we've been pitching out Mitch Marner, all these guys, if we're going out there and getting these acquisitions, if we're getting these players, it means we're going to try to be competitive. And when you want to be competitive, you also got to do the right things behind the scenes, like go getting a guy from the KHL and stuff like that. So, like we said, it's a big offseason for the Pittsburgh Penguins. So not only is it important to go out and get guys that could come in and help compete, but it's also important to go get some guys who can help lead these guys and help coach these guys. So we have some updates on the coaching search for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Josh, did you like that transition?
Yeah, I was gonna let it just ride because of how smooth it was. So
I just want to say I want to pat myself on the back because I was like,
that was good.
When it was all connected, I was like, oh my gosh.
I was for a minute there. I was like, where is he going with this? And then you swooped it in, and I was like, oh, he's tied it all together.
I'm like Picasso over here right now. I'm painting a picture, Josh. Anyway, the coaching search. When we recorded our episode, I even added in a little. I had to interrupt the episode because when we uploaded it, before we uploaded it, Josh, Rick Tocchet off the table. So we were down to 2. Our last 10 minutes of our episode was all about Rick Tocchet. So we kind of got screwed there a little bit. Rick Tocchett's now the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. Mike Sullivan, who got fired from the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Wrong.
What did I say?
Rick Tocchet is the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Did I say Pittsburgh Penguins?
Yes. Yes, you did.
Sorry.
Yes.
Rick Tocchet is the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Sorry, that was just Josh, that was just me, my inner self being like, oh, I wish Rick Tocchet was a Pittsburgh Penguin. Anyway, he is the head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. Mike Sullivan, who got let go from the Pittsburgh Penguins, is now the head coach of the New York Rangers. Rod Brindamore of the Carolina Hurricanes. Hey, we're a competitive division now. It's a competitive division. And Kyle Dubas needs to find the right guy, including all these young athletes, to come in and be competitive in the Metropolitan Division. We have a finalized list of in-person interviews of these guys who are looking to be the finalists for the head coaching position. Josh, who are they? Do you have some notes on them?
We have
Go for
Todd
it.
Nelson, current
Todd
head
Nelson.
coach of the Hershey Bears. What is it? Three in a row. Three-time Calder Cup champion.
Yep.
So if you don't know, that's the
AHL.
AHL championship trophy for their season. So their season ended shortly ago. So he's able to come in and do an in-person interview.
Right.
DJ Smith.
Sounds right.
Okay. He is currently an assistant coach of the LA Kings. Another team who made it to the playoffs but got eliminated early. So now he's available for in-person. And then lastly is Mitch Love, currently assistant head coach of the Washington Capitals. Same situation, got eliminated early. So now they are in-person interviews. And I say all that because if anyone remembers from Dubas's press conference, he said that he would like to have, in-person interviews early to mid-June, depending on everyone's status in the playoffs. Well, I don't think he anticipated Washington getting eliminated early and Hershey, getting eliminated early in their respective playoffs. So I think that's why we're already at the point of in-person interviews, because Dubas said that he would like to have a decision at the end of June. We're at the end of May. So the timetable has moved up. So I don't know what to make of these three. I don't hate them. The one that I dislike the most would be DJ Smith, and I think that's just more so of lack of understanding of his resume than it is of my lack of confidence in his abilities.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
I still think Sam Hallam is my guy, but he seems to be out of it. All the
There's a ray of hope.
So awesome.
Josh,
so
honestly,
awesome.
It was such a good pick. And if you guys didn't know, Josh did a full breakdown of Sam Hallam's resume, all the connections in our episode. Was it our first part one of our coaching?
It was part two.
Second.
Part two.
Part two of our coaching breakdown. And it was so good. So I encourage you to go look at that. But I do love Sam Hallam. Not rumored to be anywhere in Pittsburgh for the interviews. And I don't even know if Kyle Dubas is having him here. He could be meeting these people where they're at. It just says in-person interviews. And
I actually think they're coming to Pittsburgh.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Tomato. As long as it's in person and they are talking with Kyle Dubas, I think that's what matters. And I honestly, the one that I like the most, everyone is I feel like Penguins Twitter, the Twitterverse is saying Mitch Love. Everyone is kind of pointing towards Mitch Love. They like Mitch Love, all that nonsense. I like Todd Nelson the most. Just because he is coming off of championships. He is coming off winning. And I think that's where we want to be. And I know what you're going to say. Oh, but that's the AHL. Yeah, but when you do it 3 times, you know how to lead a group. You know how to lead a team to win. And that's what we need. We need consistency in leadership. So I feel like that would be a great transition from where we're at to where we need to be. And that would be Todd Nelson. I know Mitch Love is the youngest of the group.
Correct. Yeah.
And if you're looking at longevity, Mitch Love makes sense. He also is well aware of the NHL space and the Metropolitan Division because he was on the Capitals.
You okay? Well, we lost you there for a second.
It happens once an episode. It's fine. I think we're here. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hold on, I just want to make sure. Yep, everything's good. Anyway, Mitch Love, what was I saying? He's in the NHL. He is competing against the Penguins, so he probably sees their weaknesses better than Todd Nelson, better than DJ Smith. So, yeah, I saw a breakdown of Mitch Love and how he coaches, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of like that. But I like Todd Nelson just because he's a winner. He wants to make sure the team can transition into that. That's my preface. Josh, do you have someone that you like more than other? I think we both can agree on our list. DJ Smith comes last.
Yeah, and again, that's no shot at DJ Smith. Obviously reputable coach. Don't doubt his abilities. Just, I don't think. I don't see it. We talked about it when off air about like certain players, like you just know they're going to be Penguins. It makes sense. Everything fits.
Sure.
I just don't see it with DJ Smith. I just don't see him behind.
It doesn't feel
our
right.
bench. Doesn't feel right. Yes, good point. I think I'm just going to take the leader in the clubhouse, which is Mitch Love. Just because, I like it in the aspect of he's younger. He's like right around the same age as Dubas. Dubas, I believe, is in his late 30s. Mitch is in his early 40s. So, I mean, they're not far off. So they probably have, similar thought processes and, philosophies and, kind of vision. So I don't hate it. The only thing we talk about it with everything. As long as Sid signs off, it's fine by me. Yeah. It could be, the hobo on the corner. If Sid signs off,
there's quite a few.
I'm game.
Yeah.
Let's go. Then let's buckle up. Let's get after it. That's all I care about at this point.
Yeah, I think as long as the team, I think we all can agree we're looking for longevity. And we're all looking for that guy to help us get back to the cup race. Me and you were just watching a playoff game, and we were just like, we need to get back here. We need to be back in this spot competing. Whoever is going to do that, I'm all for it. Yeah. Because a lot of people weren't sure about Mike Sullivan when he got called up from Wilkes-Barre. But winning back-to-back Stanley Cups kind of changed your mind real quick. So...
Well, wasn't he like literally supposed to be just the Band-Aid, the interim?
Yeah,
just
he
for
was
that year.
interim, and then he won 2016, and then they were like, "We're going to sign you again," and he goes, "Okay, I'll do it again," and he ran it back for 17, which definitely secured his spot long term here in Pittsburgh. I'm looking for someone similar. I'm not saying I need immediate success. I just want immediate improvement. Show me improvement. So show me better special teams. Show me better puck management than we have right now. And like you said, as long better defense, better goals. I want to see better goals on the ice. Not like shoot and score goals. I'm talking about like what's our motivation? What's our motivation? Is it just to play around with the puck? Is it to show off our skills? It shows up. How about we get back to the DNA of the Pittsburgh Penguins to become Stanley Cup contenders? Whoever that is, I'm all for it. Josh, I'm a little upset that Kyle Dubas did not call me. He does have my information. So I'm a little disappointed that he has not scheduled my in-person interview yet. Yeah. So
sorry,
I'm waiting.
That memo.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I'm holding off. I'm holding out hope that he's going to send me a little DM, say, hey, when is your best availability? I would love to interview for the position. I'm sure a lot of people watching this I hope to God he doesn't get anywhere near the Pittsburgh Penguins. But But just a little
joke.
disappointing. Yeah, it's a joke. Relax. I am not actually, I am not qualified. So it's okay. We're all just joshing around here on this podcast. Don't take the whole Canada thing seriously as well. So I feel like a lot of people are going to watch the first 5 minutes of this episode and be like, "Oh my gosh, these guys are so." Relax. It's all jokes. Okay.
Yeah.
But Josh, that'll do it for this episode. All right, let's wrap this up before we get ourselves into any more trouble. We had a lot to talk about, a lot of updates. Obviously, USA, the Shabanov sweepstakes, and of course, our head coach position still up in the air. There is no definitive signs of who is getting picked. It kind of came down to those three because they're the ones interviewing in person. But Kyle Dubas could do whatever the heck he wants. He could be like, yep, I interviewed all three. I'm going to go and interview Sam Howell. So we don't know. Yes, there are front runners, but as you know, everyone, I know you're really banking on Sam Howell. You're gonna call him yourself at an interview and be like, guys, he's so good. Like, I think he's so great.
I just think like it's just like, why don't we be the leader in something for once? Like, like when was the last time that there was like a Swedish head coach in the NHL? I can't think of one. So
I mean,
just saying,
off the top of my head, but
yeah,
sure
I know. At one point, possibly, but I'm just
Why
saying,
can't we
like, it's just
do the thing that seems experimental, but do the thing that will help us win. Sam Hallam has the resume. It's okay to get an international head coach. He doesn't have to be NHL pedigree or whatever. Look at Herb Brooks, okay? He came from international play, all right? He was not an NHL player. Or was he an NHL player? Do I not know my Herb Brooks history? I thought he played for
he
USA.
was on the USA team. Yeah, I know he was on Team USA.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought he was only like the Olympic team. I could be wrong. I'm so sorry, Herb Brooks. Please forgive me if you did play in the NHL, but we do not know you for that. We know you for coaching the team. It's what I'm getting at is that it's okay to go against the mold. You do not have to just do the recycled, well, he played. It's like, okay, cool. Yeah. We don't always have to have a player or an ex-coach, or it doesn't have to be a rotating door of coaching in the NHL. You could go out and get someone new. Yeah, like it doesn't have to be the same recycled people that are getting jobs, Like we could go get someone new and be that new team that's leading this new charge of saying, hey, we're going to do whoever helps us win. And that guy's Sam Hallam. Or it could be a guy who has no experience in hockey, who has a podcast, who loves hockey, who's really dedicated to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and will do anything, like taking a very small amount of money to become the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins. You could do that too.
A relatively small amount. Still very large.
I still want to get paid.
Yeah.
Like pay a lot for me, little for you. If that makes sense.
Exactly. There it is. Yeah.
So like if someone's like, "Oh, he's getting league minimum, which is like 175,000." Yes, please. Yeah. I would love that. Give me that contract. 200,000? Sign me up. I feel like I'll be a video coach. I don't care. Just get me on board. All right, I'll tell you when to challenge and when not to challenge. Sam Howell. I'll see you there. Anyway, all right, that's enough for this one. Don't forget, guys, we are growing our YouTube, which is all thanks to you. So make sure you go to YouTube, the Penguins Collective. Give us a follow, subscribe, like the video, share it. Go on our social medias. All of it is at Pens Collective. Yes, make sure you comment on our videos. We want to hear what you think. Are we wrong about Canada? Are we wrong about Shabanov? Are we wrong about bringing someone new into the coaching carousel? Let us know. We'd love to hear what you think. So please comment. We'll see you guys in the next video. And as always, Joshua,
let's go Pens.
pitch. It's Crosby. Crosby on Trinidad shot. Penguins win it.
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
We're a collective.